Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ismail and my metric number is A22A122. Okay, today I'm going to present theory of management. Okay, before that I'm going to explain what is management. Management is the process of administering and controlling the affairs of organization, irrespective of its nature, type, structure and size. It is the main objective in creating and maintaining the best business environment where the employees can work together, achieve the same objective efficiently and effectively. Okay, right now we are moved to Henry Fayol background first. Okay, Henry Fayol, 1841 until 1925, was a French mining engineer and management theory who is widely regarded as one of the founding fathers of modern management theory. He is known for his contribution to the field of management and organization behavior. Fayol began his career as a mining engineering, working for a large mining company in France. He eventually rose to the position of managing director, where he was responsible for managing thousands of employees across multiple locations. Okay, he received a degree in engineering from the École Polytechnique in Paris, and later worked as a mining engineering in France and the United Kingdom. Fayol is credited with being one of the first management theorists to systematically study and describe the function of management. Fayol's interest in management and organization behavior developed during his time as a mining engineer, where he was observed the challenge of the managing large-scale industrial operation. Okay, he married Adèle Castellet Marie Saulet in 1875 and had 3 children. He died in Paris on November 1925 at 84 years old. Henry Fayol had 40 principles of management, consists of 5 primary functions and 40 principles. Okay, the 5 functions are planning. The first function of management is planning, which involves setting organization, goals and objectives, develop strategy to achieve this goal, and determining the resource needed to implement the strategy. Okay, organizing. The second function of management is organizing, which involves arrange resource, tasks and people to achieve the organization goals. This include develop organization structure, delegating tasks and establish line of authority and communicating. Okay, commanding. The third function of management is commanding, which involves providing direction to employees and motivating them to achieve the organization goal. This is include setting performance standard, providing feedback and resource conflict. Coordinating. The fourth function of management is coordinating, which involves ensuring that all departments and teams are working together effectively to achieve the organization goal. This is include communicating across departments, resolving conflict and facilitating teamwork. Controlling. The final function of management is controlling, which involves monitoring performance, comparing it to established standard, and making adjustments as necessary. This includes measuring progress, identifying problems, and taking corrective action to ensure that goals are achieved. Henry Fayol was a French mining engineer and management theorist who developed a set of principles for managing organization. These principles, known as the 40 principles of management, are as follows. Division of work. Work should be divided among individuals and groups to ensure that effort and attention are focused on special portion of the task. Authority. Managers must have the authority to give order, but they must also keep in mind that with authority comes responsibility. Next is discipline. Rules or procedures should be established and followed to ensure that the organization objectives are met and the employee behave in a responsible manner. Unit of command. Each employee should receive order from only one manager to avoid conflict, priorities and confusion. And unit of direction. The organization should have a single plan or action to guide all activity and effort towards a common goal. Subordination of individual interest to the general interest. The interests of the organization as a whole should take precedence over the interests of any individual or group within the organization. Remuneration. Compensation for work done should be fair and equitable to both the employee and the organization. Centralization. The extent to which authority is centralized in the organization should depend on the nature and size of the organization and the skill and ability of its employees. Scala change. The change of command within the organization should be clear and unbroken, and communication should follow up and down the change. Order. The organization should have a place for everything, and everything should be in a place. Equality. All employees should be treated fairly and justice. Stability of tenure of personnel. Employees should be given enough time to get familiar with their roles and responsibilities before being moved to another role of position. Initiative. Employees should be encouraged to take initiative and be creative in finding ways to improve the organisation. Esprit de corps. The organisation should foster a sense of unity and camaraderie among employees to promote teamwork and collaboration. Okay, right now we are moved to advantage and the advantages about Henry Fayol theory. Okay, the advantage of Henry Fayol theory is universal applicability. Fayol's principles of management are applicable to all types of organisation, regardless of their size, structure or objective. Next is clear guidelines. The principle provide clear guidelines for managers to follow when managing their organisation, which can help them make better decisions. Okay, second is division of work. The division of work into specialized tasks can increase efficiency and productivity. Okay, next is coordination. The principle emphasize the needs for coordination and collaboration among different departments and individuals, which can help the organisation achieve its goals. And lastly, hierarchy. The principle of hierarchy provide a clear change of command, which can help avoid confusion and conflicts. Although Henry Fayol theory of management doesn't have some potential benefit, it also has some possible drawback. The following are some of the most significant drawbacks of Henry Fayol theory. Okay, first of all, lack of flexibility. Fayol emphasis on planning and make specialization may make it difficult for organization to adapt to changing circumstances or respond to the new opportunities. This lack of flexibility can limit the organization's ability to respond to shift in the market or take advantage of unexpected opportunity. Okay, second is decreased creativity and innovation. Okay, the focus on specialization and following established procedures may stifle originality and creativity in the work process. This can limit the organization's ability to develop new ideas or find creative solution to problems. And lastly, lack of emphasis on individual needs and motivation. Okay, Henry Fayol theory may not take into account the needs and motivation of individual worker. The emphasis on efficiency and productivity may come at the expenses of job satisfaction and employee well-being. This can lead to decreased morale and motivating among workers. Next, we move to Mary Parker Follett background. Okay, Mary Parker Follett was born in 1898 in the city of Quincy, which is located in the state of Massachusetts. She attended Boston University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in political science in 1894, and then she went on to the work as a social worker afterward. She eventually worked as a director of the Public Franchise Language, an organization that champions to promote women's suffrage and was dedicated to cause. Follett was also a writer management consultant, and she is renowned for her contribution to the field of organizational behavior and dispute resolution. Follett is recognized to be one of the pioneers of modern management thought, and her view regarding cooperation and collaboration have been essential in the development of modern management theory. She maintained that the most successful organizations are one in which power is distributed fairly and decisions are reached through a process that involves consultation and negotiation. She died in 1833 and was honored for her work. After her death, her work was published. Follett practiced the principle of coordination that helped develop her theory of management. First is direct contact. Direct contact between employees and managers help organization avoid conflict and misunderstanding. Holding regular meeting or discussing assignment in person in a simple way to practice this principle. Second is early stage. Managers should learn and master coordination straight away. No employee should feel less important than the next. Each has a significant role that complement others. And third, reciprocal relationship. Every worker, regardless of their level in the hierarchy, is responsible for pulling their weight and integration with the rest of the organization. No one person should be trying less or more than others. It is team effort. And lastly, continuous process. Manager must maintain coordination. Don't just learn this principle and forget about them. channel them in everything you do. Teach and the advantages about Mary Parker Follett theory. Mary Parker Follett theory approach to management offer a number of distinct benefits. One of the most significant benefits is that it places an emphasis on the significance of cooperation and collaboration in organization, which can contribute to the development of a constructive and encourage atmosphere at the place of employment. The idea presented by Follett regarding the integration of individual and group goals can also serve to align the goals and various departments and teams within organization, which can improve communication and coordination among those departments and teams. In addition, Follett management philosophy places an emphasis on delegating authority to staff members, which has the potential to boost employees' levels of motivation and loyalty to the company. The culture of a business can be made more open to new ideas and creative thinking by empowering individuals with increased level of autonomy and decision-making power. There are also some potential drawbacks associated with Follett method of business administration. One of the potential drawbacks is that it could be more challenging to execute in establishment that accustomed to a more conventional and hierarchical form of management. This may need a considerable shift in the manner that the business carry out its day-to-day operation. We may provide challenge for certain of the workforce to adjust to. Here are three key principles that are central to Mary Parker Follett theory. First of all is integration. Follett believed that organizations should be integrated in such a way that all parts of the organization work together towards common goals. That means that managers should focus on creating a sense of unity and common purpose among employees, which can lead to greater productivity and job satisfaction. Second is power with, not power over. Follett believed that power should be sharing among all members of the organization rather than concentrated in the hands of a few managers or leaders. She believed that employees should be encouraged to take initiative and be given more autonomy in decision making, which can lead to greater innovation and job satisfaction. And lastly, group dynamic. Follett believed that effective communication, collaboration, and cooperation among group members are critical to the success of an organization. She emphasized the importance of open communication, active listening, and mutual respect among employees, and believed that conflict could be resolved through a process of joint problem solving and negotiation. By fostering positive group dynamic, organization can achieve higher level of productivity and creativity. Team management theory comes from Max Weber. Alright, now I'm going to tell Max Weber background. Max Weber was a German philosopher, political economist, and sociology. He is largely considered as one of the primary individuals responsible for the development of modern society. Okay, Max Weber being born in Erfurt, Germany on April 21, 1864 and having died there on June 14, 1920. In 1889, Weber attended the University of Heidelberg and was awarded a degree in law from the institution. One of Weber's most famous contributions to the field of the society is his concept of bureaucracy. Weber also made significant contribution to the study of religion and its impact on the society. In his work, the Protestant ethic and the spirit of Catholicism. In general, Max Weber has made significant contribution to the field of society, and these contributions are still the subject of investigation and debate to this day. Our understanding of bureaucracy, the Protestant work ethic, and charismatic leadership were fundamentally transformed as a result of his work. Max Weber's theory of bureaucracy is one of the most influential theories in the field of organization and administration. He referred to it as type of administrative structure developed in an organization, include no other type of authority or relationship. One of the first to integrate the idea of organizational conflict into management theory. Organization cannot be avoided from changing towards the ideal type in the search for highly effective efficiency process. And they also have three authority, which is traditional authority. Traditional authority involve the approval of a culture and practices. And number two is rational authority. Okay, rational authority believe in legality as a pattern in normative rule and lifting the truth in authority. And lastly, charismatic authority. Charismatic authority is unpredictable and uncontrollable. Max Weber lists its major principle of the bureaucratic form as follows. A formal hierarchical structure in bureaucratic organization is level control the level below it, also the level above it control it. A formal hierarchy is the basis of central planning and centralized decision making. Rule-based management, the organization uses rules to exert control. Therefore, the lower level simply execute the decision made at higher level. Functional specialty organization. Specialists do the work. Also, the organization divide the employee into units based on the type of work they do or the skill they have processed. Out-focus or in-focus mission is the mission of the organization is to serve the stockholder board or any other agency that empower it. When it out-focus, on the other hand, the mission is to serve the organization itself and those within it. When then it is in focus. Impersonal. Bureaucratic organizations treat all the employees equally. They also treat all customers equally and do not allow individual difference to influence them. Employment. Based on technical qualification, selection as well as the promotion of employees is based on technique, qualification and skill. The advantage of Max Weber theory is efficiency. Weber believed the bureaucracy was the most efficient form of organization and it was based on a clear change of command, standardized procedure and a division of labor. This allows for tasks to be completed quickly and accurately. Number 2 is predictability. Bureaucracy organizations are highly predictable and consistent in their action, which can be beneficial in certain contexts, such in government, bureaucracies or large corporation. Number 3 is expertise. The division of labor in bureaucratic organization allow for individuals to develop specialized skill and expertise, which can result in high quality work. And lastly is merit-based employment. Weber emphasis on merit-based employment mean that the most qualified individual were hired and promoted, which could lead to greater organizational success. This is the advantages in this theory. First is inflexibility. Bureaucracy can become too focused on rule and procedure, which can lead to inflexibility and resistance to change. This can make it difficult for organization to adapt to changing circumstances. Number 2 is impersonality. The emphasis on impersonal rules and procedure can lead to a lack of individuality and creativity, which can be detrimental in certain contexts such as creativity industry. And lastly is red tape. Bureaucracies can be bogged down by excessive red tape, which can slow down decision making and make it difficult for individuals to get things done. Frederick Winslow Taylor was born in Germantown, Pennsylvania in 1855. He was known for his father of scientific management, efficiency movement and industrial engineering. He ascended is one of the 8 original Mayflower pilgrims. He studied and analyzed the productivity of both the man and the machine. Taylor is regarded as a father of scientific management due to the enormous increase in wealth after quitting. He spent the rest of his career lecturing, writing, and consulting to spread the word about his management and machine technique. Taylor's management theory was based on the idea of maximizing efficiency and productivity in a workplace. He believed that by analyzing and breaking down work tasks into their individual components, it was possible to identify the most efficient way of completing each task. Several key principles, including time and motion study. Taylor believed in analyzing work tasks to identify the most efficient way of completing each task, house time and motion study to break down work tasks into their individual components and to determine the most efficient way of completing tasks. Number 2 is standardization. Taylor believed in standardization work tasks to ensure that they were completed in the most efficient and consistent manner. This means that workers were trained to perform tasks in a specific way, and that deviation from the standard way of doing things were discouraged training and development. Taylor believed that workers need to be trained and developed to perform their jobs in the most efficient way. This means that managers were responsible for training workers in the standard way of performing tasks and for ensure that workers were able to meet productivity target. The advantage of Taylor theory is improved efficiency and productivity. Taylor focused on analyzing, and standardizing would thus allow for improvement in efficiency and productivity. By breaking down work tasks into their individual components and identify the most efficient way of completing each task, organizations were able to produce more goods and serving in less time, increasing profitability. The increased efficiency and productivity resulting from tailor management theory often lead to increased profitability for organizations. Incentivize worker. Tailor emphasis on work on using incentive to motivate worker was a departure from a prevailing management practice of the time, which often related on session in intimidation. By rewarding worker for meeting productivity targets, Taylor was able to increase worker motivation and engagement. I'm going to make a conclusion, which is have similarity and differences. Okay, the similarity is every theory focus on one main goal. Mostly companies combine this theory to fit the needs of the organization and its goal. Manager combine management skill to manage their employees. And the differences is Henry Fayol emphasized the working of the top level management, where Taylor stressed on the working of production level management. The basis of formation of Fayol theory is a personal experience. Conversely, Taylor principle rely on observation and experimentation. Fayol is oriented toward managerial function. On the contrary, Taylor focused on production and engineering. In summary, each of these management theories has contributed value insight to the field of management, and their idea may be more or less relevant depending on the specific context. Mary Parker Follett's emphasis on collaboration and communication may be particularly relevant in today's knowledge-based economy, where teamwork and interpersonal skills are highly valued. So I think Mary Parker Follett is the best theory related to this current issue. That's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.